Hello and welcome to Trojan Talk. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. Today we'll learn about ways that students can get involved here on campus. And my guest today, as always, to tell us a little about ways to get involved, Barbara Patterson, Director of Student Involvement. Barbara, thanks for joining us as always.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And when we bring you here, we're talking about ways to get students involved on campus. And when we bring you here in the spring, it's kind of an interesting time because we're in the middle of the school year. So opportunities for involvement, they're different. But as you always talk about here, there's always an opportunity for students to find ways to get involved regardless of time of the year.
Absolutely. And organizations are so delighted and so welcoming to students and really want students to get involved at the beginning of the semester. So you'll begin to see that a lot of organizations have got signs and posters. Circle K is doing a membership drive. They will have their first interest meeting next Wednesday night. The fraternities are getting involved. They'll have Fraternity Rush next week. So all kinds of organizations are really doing a lot to recruit new members.
And of course, the middle of the school year, one of the things to focus on, and we've talked about before, is the freshmen and the new students to campus, because a lot of times it can be overwhelming in their first semester to kind of spread out and figure out their place. But now that they've gotten accustomed to campus, this seems like a good opportunity to maybe try to find their place in an organization, but they may be intimidated because they don't want to join midstream.
I know, and we really encourage students, just jump in there. Don't be waiting to think, oh, I need to wait till next fall. Oh, I need to wait till I have a friend who'll go to the meeting with me. Just go and enjoy. They will find that the organizations are so welcoming and want them there, and there is no need to wait. I mean, there is absolutely no need to wait. There's no need to hesitate, to make excuses. They need to just get involved one way or the other. And there's just, again, there's so many other ways. Many of our religious organizations over the New Year's, the very first week of school, were on retreats all over the country and have gotten back from those retreats, and they are ready to bring in new members, and so and that is a great way for our new students to get involved. They really welcome the religious organizations welcome new students at any point in time during the year.
And of course, outside of the religious organizations and the structure of the Greek organizations, which can be a little bit more time consuming to get involved, a lot of the curriculum based and the different major based organizations are another way to get involved with organizations right off the bat, and not to mention it can help you with your classes as well.
Well, exactly. You know, one of the things that we tell students, if they know their major, go ahead and start looking for, again, signs and posters and social media about organizations that have to do with their major, and get involved in those organizations. It's a great way to find study buddies for students who are taking the same classes that you're taking. It's a great way to learn a little bit about your major, you know, outside of the classroom. Great way to get to know their faculty advisor of the organization, who will be teaching some of their classes, of course. And so that is really a way that I would hope all students would get involved in.
And of course, you know, and then there's just some of the just fun stuff out there, interests, and there's, I mean, because I mean, you've got folks that it kind of runs the gamut of different things out there. If there's an interest, there's probably an organization for it here.
The Ultimate Frisbee Club. If you love, you know, not the most super organized club, but if you love Frisbee and you want to have, you know, friends to go out and play Frisbee with, you should join the Ultimate Frisbee Club. You know, there's all kinds of organizations that have to do with special interests, and I think that's one of the real beauties of a university, is to be able to find people who share the same interests that you do, and a lot of the times that's done through student organizations.
And of course, if anyone out there is trying to figure out where they might fit in or what there is available, they can always come to your office, and and you can kind of help guide them in the right direction.
We do. All of us, Sodoris Williams, Tracy Leverett, some of my SGA officers, many times we sit down with students and say, okay, tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we try to identify 2 or 3 organizations that we think are going to be a good fit for them, and then try to follow through with them. I've got a student I talked to yesterday. He's supposed to check back in with me next Wednesday so I can find out what she's done.
All right. Yeah. Well, and then to find your office on the 2nd floor of the Trojan Center, right down the hall from the bookstore.
Absolutely.
So folks can check it out. Yes. Come by and see you to find out a way to get involved with something on campus. Barbara, here's hoping the students take advantage of that and find a little bit of fun outside of the classroom. So thanks for joining us here today.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us on today's edition of Trojan Talk.